This is the Thought Leaders Podcast.
We want to support high quality content. Not there is high quality long form content on Instagram, but just it's different than a single post, right? There are people doing like really cool stuff on Instagram TV, or I've seen like really creative usage of stories with like multiple stories and different things like that. And okay, fine. So it is possible. I mean, Instagram has evolved into being a massive platform with tons of capability, but it's not like your standard post or single day story is just not that. It's not this super high quality, long form content that was thought out, that was planned. And I think that also brings us to touch on the difference between influencers versus thought leadership. There's definitely a fine line between them. And something that I know, people ask us all the time, like, are you doing influencer marketing? And I say, look, it's really similar, but not really, right? Because we don't care so much about celebrity status. And I think that's what you have a lot of on Instagram and kind of what you're touching on there. For example, if Brad Pitt wants to put out a post on Instagram and wear some watch, like a sponsored post, that's not interesting for us at Thought Leaders. That's not like Brad Pitt's a celebrity, he puts on a watch. That's just not what we do. Sure, that's influencer marketing, but that's just not what we do. It's not what we want to support. There's no thought out content plan here. People aren't benefiting really from this content, not learning anything. But if Brad Pitt wants to teach a class on acting, then yeah, that's thought leadership, right? I mean, he's one of the best actors in the world. He has something that he can really, that people can really benefit from if they, listen to one of the best actors in the world teaching them how to do acting, or if he puts on a podcast, right, where he sits down with actors and will interview them about how they made their movies and all of this. Okay, now we're talking about thought leadership. And I think that fine line is what we want to do at Thought Leaders, stay in the thought leadership side. And that's why we don't do Instagram. It's a lot of influencer side and less thought leadership.
Okay. I think that's kind of refreshing also to hear that take on it, where, you want to stick to genuine content. I think a lot of people, are going after that quick buck, and I'm sure there's a lot of money to be made in, influencer marketing on Instagram, but it's just not that high quality content. And I would love to hear kind of just how you personally have been affected or have used, or how it's really changed your life, like this whole new long form content. Because like for me, on a personal note, I think that because of YouTube, in the best shape of my life, right? I don't think that I could do this 10 years ago, just following a lot of really high quality long form content guys on YouTube. I think politically I'm more in tune than I've ever been, just because I could throw on a podcast and really listen to anything. I'd love to hear kind of where you fall in that line, and how it's kind of changing you or what you've learned. Nothing, you don't have to get into specifics, but just kind of along those lines.
So I can give you two examples of things that I get out of YouTube today that are really great, and I didn't have a way of getting them before. First one, I get three examples actually.
Okay.
First one is I wanted to learn to play guitar for a long time. I mean, I make every year on my birthday, I kind of make like a goals list, and I look at like the goals that I did from the year before. And every year, really, for as long as I can remember, I have like learned to play guitar this year. It's like on this goals list. And it's the goal that I've never done, never achieved for, I don't know, at least 15 years. I think I tried taking guitar lessons for the first time when I was like 11 years old, something like that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people right now are resonating with that. I've tried to learn instruments a lot also and failed.
Yeah. So I actually said like this, I have to do it. This is like the goal that I just have not ever been able to achieve. I have to do it. So I downloaded the Musician app and played along there, and got a little bit of kind of foundation, and then just YouTube like let me run wild, and found tons of instructional guitar things on YouTube. It was super interesting, from all sorts of different personalities, people that were teaching like how to play specific songs, people who were actually guitar teachers showing technique, the moving screens where the chords and lyrics are going so you can play along with them. Like everything is there. It's crazy. And now I can actually sort of play guitar, but getting better